in today's show. I'm looking ahead to Monday in the NBA and players that we can stream in. Mickey Bolton.
Thanks, Josh. It's Michael Bolton here, and it's time for another episode of the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, indeed.
You are Locked On Fantasy Basketball, your daily fantasy basketball podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast, brought to you by Basketball Monster. My name is Josh Lloyd and I am the lead fantasy analyst at basketballmonster.com and at Yahoo Sports Australia. And you can find me on Twitter, as always, at redrock_bball and on Instagram at Locked On Fantasy Basketball. Thank you for making Locked On Fantasy Basketball your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms. Today's episode is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline has you covered this season, more props, odds and lines than ever before. BetOnline is where the game starts. We're looking ahead to Monday. Might be finals week, might be semi-finals week for you, might be the end of your roto season. So we're just looking at players that we can stream in for individual categories and for points leagues. Warnie, what do you think?
Let's get it on, Gilly.
Yahoo points leagues. Who are we streaming in for Monday's games? Remember, I just did a waiver wire show and a weekly preview show to help you get more of an idea of streaming targets, of ways to plan it out for the short term, for the whole week, for the Monday to Thursday, how the schedules play out, all of that. This is just strictly for who, if you've got the opportunity to get someone in on a Monday, which guys can help you on that Monday. Tie that all in with all the other stuff about preserving ads and maximizing your ads and moves for the week, and you'll get a good result. Let's talk about who guys we can add. Baisley's out. Pokusevski. Mate, it's got to be. You got to have Pokusevski on your roster. 4 games this week. Might actually be a top 100 player. Might actually be able to be active all 4 games. I don't expect Baisley to play. I don't expect Gilgeous-Alexander to play. I know that Giddey's not going to play. I think Baisley being out really does help Poku. There's some really, really big value here. And the same goes with Trey Mann. And the same goes for the Salt Flake. Theo Maledon. All these guys are going to have increased roles. No Baisley, no Shea. They're going to be doing so much. Maledon's already shown a little bit of pop with his scoring. Pokusevski's doing it across the board. Man, we know will take shots. They often won't go in, but he's going to have that opportunity. All these blokes are probably going to play 30 a night plus and have real opportunity to put up some big, big numbers. Big, big stream opportunities. I'd prioritize them in that order. Pokusevski, Man, Maledon. But really depends on how you view it as well. Tyus Jones, by the way, he's available. Lots of spots. Don't know why. I know there's only 3 games this week. But without Ja Morant, who cares? Like, his value is that high that he's got to be on a roster, but he's not. He's available. Go on at him. Oh, another Thunder player. Should have included him with these other blokes. Isaiah Roby. I know he's dicked us hard in the past, but it looks to be trending in his direction. The incantation, Olivier Sarr.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
He's back as just being a backup, and Roby's pushing to mid to high 20s in minutes again. I wouldn't leave him on the wire, understanding that in the past, when we've said that, he's played 12 minutes. I think it's good value here. Brandon Williams in Portland, it's gross, but he seems to have wrested control of that starting job back off Chris Dunn. I don't know what Josh Hart and Justice Winslow are going to do. I do know that Trenton Watford's out. It's just big minutes, big opportunity, big usage for Brandon Williams. Trey Lyles, he's available, mate, everywhere. He's going to start. He's going to play 30 most nights. And as amazing as it is, we're in a stage of the season where players who are bad, like Dennis Schroeder, Damian Jones, Trey Lyles, they're putting up big numbers. Theo Maledon. Lyles is putting them up. Marvin Bagley. Great opportunity. Justin Anderson. He's been starting. I don't expect Brogdon or Duarte really to play this season. I've got no idea. Their injury report's been a mess. We've got Goga, who's questionable. Isaiah Jackson's questionable. So many different guys could be in and out here. And Anderson's been playing 30 a night. And apart from like one dud night, he's been pretty good most nights. I think he's a good opportunity to use him. Caruso's there. He's around for you to grab. Grab him. Because you've got the best schedule possible for the Bulls this week. So grab Caruso. And then Jalen Smith. With the uncertainty around Isaiah Jackson, the uncertainty around the dart. Goga Badadze.
Problem with my Gogo-mobile. Gogo-mobile? No, not the dart. Not the dart.
Nah, but maybe it is the dart. But anyway, Jalen Smith is available. Go and grab him. For ESPN points leagues. A lot of the same names are here. Some of these roster percentages in these guys are absurd. Pokusevski, yes. Tyus Jones, yes. Why is Davion Mitchell available in like 90% of leagues on ESPN? Surely they haven't given up that much. That surely can't be the case. Please go and add Davion Mitchell. Under no circumstance should he sit on a waiver wire. Like, he is an absolute must-roster player. Trey Mann, Isaiah Roby, Alec Burke somehow sitting at like 22%, yet he's been a starting point guard for, what, 3/4 of the year? I don't know why he's fallen through the cracks as much as he has. Going at him. Maledon, Caruso, and then Drew Eubanks and Devin Vassell are both widely available on ESPN. Widely. And they absolutely should not be. Vassell missed last game, but he has been upgraded to probable, so he's going to play Monday. He's going to be pretty solid, and Eubanks has been really close to dominating. These guys, like Davion Mitchell, Drew Eubanks, Devin Vassell, I don't know what the hell they're, Tyus Jones, why they are available. They should not be at all. Please, you have got so much stream value available over there on ESPN. Go and take advantage of it. You can also take advantage of the best tasting protein bar ever. That is Built Bar. I started my day off today with the lemon-dipped cheesecake puff. They are the protein-infused marshmallow variant of the Built Bar. But if you don't want the marshmallow puffs, you just have the regular bars. They all taste bloody great. Whether it's coconut, whether it's cookies and cream, the best. Whether it's mint, raspberry, strawberry, orange. Special edition shamrock flavor, which apparently I don't know what a shamrock tastes like. I don't even know what a shamrock is. Is it something to do with Ken Shamrock? I don't know. But it tastes bloody good. And I know that the macros are good as well. High in protein, low in fat, low in calories, low in sugar. And you can get it for 15% off, so low in price. Head to Built.com, use the promo code LOCK15 and save 15% off your order of Built Bar. Built Bar, I'm going to keep saying this. Day 150 of me saying this until Built Bar tells me to stop. Built Bar is built different. Let's go to category leagues. Who are we streaming in for the points category? Let's roll through it. Theo Maledon, 20 points possible. Trey Lyles, 15 to 20 points possible. Isaiah Roby, probably not as high upside as those two other blokes, but yeah, probably should be added. After that, it gets a little bit iffy for the points category. Justin Anderson, he might be a 14 to 15 point guy, especially if Brogdon and Duarte remain out, which I expect them to. DiVincenzo, he's coming off the bench, but he's playing more minutes than Justin Holiday, thank God, and he's playing pretty well. Aaron Wiggins, don't love him as a player, but man, the opportunity's there. So much opportunity, playing time, shots to go around. Keon Johnson, yes, with Trendon Watford out, with Hart and Winslow maybes, Keon's there. He's an opportunity guy, and I don't love him as an option, but like when you are maybe forced into 30 minutes and there's no one else there to take shots, maybe it's going to be him. Benny McLemore, similarly. With Josh Hart out, it really helps. If Josh Hart is out, it really helps those two blokes. Joshie Richardson, not a bad scoring option. Again, Lonnie Walker, we don't know whether he's going to play. He could be in the mix here if he plays. Vassell's back, so that does hurt Richo a little bit, but still some good numbers. And then Eric Gordon off the injury report, so he should be playing for the Houston Rockets. For threes, Ben McLemore, Theo Maledon, probably your best two bets out there. Dante DiVincenzo, he doesn't do much scoring-wise apart from hit threes, but 11 points with 3 triples is possible. 13 points with 4 triples is possible. Justin Anderson and Justin Holiday. You're not going to get 6 or 7 threes from these guys, but well, you might actually from Holiday. Anderson might get you 2. They're going to take enough shots from out there to make a difference. Duncan Robinson, he does absolutely nothing else. We're aware of this. His minutes have been reduced to some of the smallest amounts you'll ever see from him. But he still has 6 points on 2 threes. And honestly, if that's what you're looking to win, he can do that for you. Eric Gordon and Gary Bird, Garrison Matthews. Good numbers for both those guys, potentially, although Matthews has been pretty terrible of late, but he takes like 85% of his shots from deep, so he's going to take some threes. He's going to hit some, hopefully. Joshie Richardson could be a guy there, while Peyton Pritchard, back-to-back for Boston. We'll see if they rest anyone on the second night of the back-to-back. They rested Horford on Sunday. Brown and Tatum were both probable, but they both played, so we'll see what happens for Monday. But maybe Pritchard gets a little bit of an extra role. For rebounds, Trey Lyles, yeah, look, he's a really good ad in general, but he's a good rebounder. Kevon Looney, Isaiah Roby, the big sneeze, Precious Achiuwa, whose value goes up significantly if we do have Gaz Trent out again. He's been playing really well, Precious. He hasn't quite been a must roster, but I think on a day like this, you do want to grab him. CJ Allaby can be a rosterable rebounder. He might start at power forward with Watford out. Damo Jones, he's like just available everywhere, and I don't really understand why. Got to be rostered. Double-digit rebound potential. Dwayne Dedman's back in the rotation over Markieff Morris in Miami. We'll see whether that lasts. But he is back. He's played 3 games in a row, Dedman. Maybe like 5 or 6 boards there. Justin Anderson, DeMarcus Cousins. Not many guys can get 10 boards in 17 minutes. Boogie's one of them. And then Jericho Sims. Yes, Mitch Robinson's back and starting, but Simsy is probably going to get all those backup center minutes. And maybe you get 5 or 6 boards out of him in that position. For assists, Chris Dunn's minutes have tumbled. But there is still an opportunity. And again, with Watford out, Alabi pushes up. Johnson pushes to the 3. And there's more minutes for a Williams-Dunn backcourt. Man, what a sentence. Williams and Dunn, 2 blokes who weren't even on this team 3 weeks ago. They could legitimately play 30 minutes each here. But Dunn's a good assist guy. Maledon is too. Ayo Dosunmu, he might get you 6. He started last game. Whether he continues to start or not, I don't know. But he ties into the great schedule of 4 games this week. Dennis Schroeder, great assist stream. Had 4 steals last game as well somehow. Trey Jones, really good assist guy in San Antonio. Really good assist upside player. And the minutes have been solid enough. Markel Fultz, yes, like that for assists. It gets rough though now. Like Chris Chiozza, maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. But he might play 15 minutes with Steph out. He might get you 5. Vit Krejci, he's been playing like 30 minutes a night in Oklahoma City. And he might get that again. He might get you 4 assists. And I can guarantee he's not rostered in basically anywhere. Keon Johnson, yeah, maybe 3. And then Lance Stevenson, a bloke with legitimate 11 assist upside. Now, it's tough to get to that upside, but he can do it. He could play 26 and get 9, 9, and 9. Very, very easily. So when you're looking for assists, the hardest category to find on the waiver wire, you got to dig deep. And that's what Krejci and Lance are about. Digging deep and trying to get that value in that you wouldn't normally get. For steals, Dunn. Yep, all right, Chris Dunn, we know. 3's 4 steals. The Doctor, Gary Payton. Minutes have been up for him, and he's a 2 to 3 steals guy a lot of the time. After that, it gets a little bit tougher to get big bunches. Theo Maledon's not a bad steals guy. The minutes are going to work in his favor. Delon Wright has been playing not bad. Delon Wright's rostered like nowhere, and I don't think that should be the case. Dante DiVincenzo's a good steals guy. Cody Martin, it's really all he does. So 2 steal upside there for him. Joshie Richardson, we know that he's a good steals player. It gets a little iffy after this. Lindy Waters the third. Cool, no doubt. More minutes coming for Lindy. Keon Johnson. I know I've mentioned Keon Johnson. So many of you would not even have seen Keon Johnson play a single game. And that's totally fine. I don't blame you. But he is in an opportunity to get some good minutes here. And then my man Vic Krejci, also playing a lot of minutes. And I don't think they're going down with Baisley out now as well. So there's opportunities for him to put up some good numbers. Also an opportunity for maybe you to get a moment of Vic Krejci on NBA Top Shot, the NBA's official licensed NFT. So what is NBA Top Shot? Well, it's part trading card. So I like trading cards. They come in a pack. But instead of being a static image on a piece of cardboard, it's a moving highlight. It's a video of the greatest moments in NBA history. It's an NFT. Stock market value. Players' value goes up. Players' value goes down. Buy them at the bottom. Sell them at the top. Invest in rookies long term. You know how to do this. This is what we do in fantasy sports all the time. Buy lows and sell highs. And now you're doing it with NFTs. They also have like an airline loyalty program. They flew collectors out to Game 5 of the NBA Finals. People who collected Suns moments. We've got people who were collecting a lot of rookie moments. They got flown out to the NBA draft. Got to play basketball with Obi Toppin and Tyrese Halliburton. Halliburton's a big NFT and Top Shot guy. Lots of collections there. Cole Anthony too. People say, why would I buy a highlight when I can just watch it on YouTube? Yeah, that's fine. But it's about the stock market value. It's about the NFT stuff with it as well as just the rarity and having those NFTs and the idea of collecting, which we all love in some degree or another. NBA Top Shot is the future of being an NBA fan. Own officially licensed rare NFTs of the greatest moments from NBA history. Sign up today. LockedOn.NBATopShot.com. You want parts for your car? You could just trudge along to a local chain auto parts store, stand in a queue, along with other people who are waiting to buy parts for their car and waiting to be ripped off. Why don't you just sit at home on your computer, on your couch, dial up rockauto.com, check out what's available, it's going to be lots, and see how much you save. Because why would you spend 30, 50, 100% more for the same parts when you can go straight to rockauto.com, a family business who have been serving auto parts customers online for over 20 years. Whether it's brake parts, tail lamps, motor oil, or even new carpet, Rock Auto has everything that you could need. So check it out. Check out that catalog at rockauto.com and see all of the parts available for your car or truck And in their How Did You Hear About Us box, write Locked On so that they know that we sent you. Amazing selection, reliably low prices, all the parts your car will ever need. RockAuto.com. Blocks streams. There's a few options here. There's not many, but there's a few. A lot of the good ones are questionable, like Isaiah Jackson. But Onyeka Okongwu, really good block stream. Isaiah Roby, Damian Jones, Jericho Sims, Justin Anderson. We get rough after Simsy. Grant Williams, Kevon Looney, Zach Collins, who's playing a little bit more power forward at the moment, interestingly. Trey Lyles might block you one shot every 3 games, but he's a big man with 30 minutes. And the Undertaker, Dwayne Dedman, can be a 2-block guy in 17 minutes. Let's try to look at the percentages now. Field goal percentage, Okongwu, Damian Jones, Kevon Looney, Gary Payton, Isaiah Roby, Jericho Sims, KJ Martin, Jeff Green, Dosunmu and Dwayne Dedman. And lastly, it's free throw percentage before we look at the back-to-backs. Joshie Richardson, Damian Lee is an option in Golden State. Grant Williams, Dennis Schroeder, Jeff Green, Lou Williams, Jeremy Lamb, Kobe White, especially with the 4 games up this week. Delon Wright and Bryn Forbes. And back-to-back, there's only one team. It's the Bulls. They play Monday, Tuesday. They've got the best schedule you could possibly imagine. So Kobe White, Dosunmu, Javonte Green, Patrick Williams, Tristan Thompson even. Can be value in those guys getting 4 games for the price of 1 ad. Don't discount it. Guys, that'll do it for me today. Don't forget to follow this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and on the Odyssey app. If you are here on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below, guys. We are done here. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. See ya.